to Entrepreneur Talks podcast. I've been forgetting to say this is season 14. We started 2 weeks ago. We are on season 14. And today I have Nancy Giere. I hope I am saying your name right, Nancy, with me. And our topic or our title is Creating High Profit Courses. So I hope you enjoy. Grab your cup of tea or coffee or wine. This is time for the relaxing and join us today or another time. So let's welcome Nancy to our Entrepreneur Talks podcast today. Hello, Nancy. Let me bring you
Hello,
on.
hello.
And hello, welcome to Entrepreneur Talks. I'm so grateful for your presence and I'm so excited at the same time. We're going to learn a lot today, I know.
I'm thrilled to be here today.
Thank you so much. So Nancy, did I said your surname right?
It's actually Giere. It
Giere.
happens all the time. I got to reclaim my maiden name, I think.
Okay, Giere. Oh, because it looks French.
I know. Yeah.
Giere, apologies.
That's okay.
So here we come, Nancy Giere. So welcome. Nancy,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Tell us, where are you talking from?
I am coming to you from San Carlos, California, which is near San Francisco.
Oh wow! And how is the weather there?
It's rainy today, so not one of the best days.
Oh, that's right. But is what season are you right now?
We are, ending winter, rolling into spring, and it's just
Oh,
a
okay.
little cool, a little rainy. But with all the, fires that have happened in recent years, all this rain we've been having this winter is really a good thing. So hopefully
Right.
we won't. But now we got mudslides, so it's like you can't win.
Oh, good. All right. I'm trying at the same time. I'm trying to work out with my new lights, but they still coming on my glasses. I'm so sorry.
It's
Okay,
okay.
sounds good. So you are about to get into spring, right?
Yes.
That's what we said. Okay, it's kind of similar to here. I'm in London, United Kingdom. We will be. Oh no, we still got time to get there. We still got some time, but it's soon, March, April, I think. But on another subject. So let's go back.
Yes.
Can you
Oh,
hear me?
my sound.
Your sound and my sound is
Can you
good.
can you say that again, please? I just lost you for a moment.
I said Nancy Gear.
Yes,
I just
Gary.
tried to say your name, Gear. Okay, your name again. Tell me three things to describe yourself. Three words. Sorry, three
Three
things.
words. Okay. Analytical, creative, and funny.
Analytical, creative, and funny. Oh, funny. So that means we're gonna have fun.
Yes, we are.
Always having fun. I love that. So when you say you are analytical, what do you mean by that?
Well,
Oh,
I'm very process oriented, so I always am, and I'm always kind of trying to come up with what's the best way to solve a problem. How do we get from where we are to where we want to be, and that's where the analytical side comes in.
right, good. So thank you so much for sharing that. And in terms of, so our title that I choose for today is Creating High Profit Courses. So that's what exactly you do, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Hmm. How long you've been doing? Tell me about a little bit about your story.
Well, I have been working in the training business for, gosh, 30 years. I like to
Wow.
think that I started, back in the US when Al Gore claimed he invented the internet. That's about when I got started. So it's been a while, and I've been, through all the iterations of, we used to call it computer aided instruction, and people were doing it on a PC. It wasn't necessarily, before we were then connected through the web. So I've kind of watched this kind of the whole self instruction evolve from, we can even go back to paper, all the way up to
Wow.
now, where we can do everything in an online format, and it's available to just about anyone who has a great idea to create an online course. So it's interesting how much the technology has been a real door opener to entrepreneurs to get their brilliance out into the world.
Bundle your brilliance. I'm just looking to your logo because I
Yeah.
put big screen now. I love it.
This way.
Yeah, that way.
Yeah, that's my flagship program for entrepreneurs, is called Bundle Your Brilliance, because I think that's really, what it's all about. People have
Wow.
great ideas, great content, and it's just, well, okay, how do I bundle it? How do I package my intellectual property so that I can deliver a high value program to my clients?
And what kind of, how can describe your client? Who is your client? To have
Well,
an
my
idea,
clients really,
like you mentioned, it must be someone very special. Tell me.
yes,
Everyone
well, they
is special.
fall. Everyone is special, of course. They fall into, I would say, the thought leadership category. And generally, it's a combination of author, speaker, coach. So they may do maybe one of those things. They may be all three, but and doing consulting as well. So people who've got, a particular idea, an approach, or methodology that they want to share. Those are usually the people that come my way. I've worked with quite a few authors over the last year to help them
Right.
turn their books into courses, because you write a book, it gives you authority, and then what you do with your book is what makes you money. And certainly creating a course based on a book is one potential revenue stream.
That's so true. Yeah. So creating the book and then creating the course based on your book, right?
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm changing this screen because it's the only opportunity when we are live is the opportunity where I can do this. But I prefer like
Sure,
this.
it's fun.
You show me, you see me down there at the bottom, but I'm here for everyone. That's really good. So, and you don't have like your client is can be women or can be men,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's been more women than men. That's just kind of how it's happened. But it's more about really people that have they're ready to scale their business to a new height. And
Right.
one of the great things about adding in online courses to the mix is it can give you more freedom, and also the ability to serve more people if you can if you can package the content that you deliver fairly repeatedly. It's the same information over and over and over and over again,
Right.
and then so your client goes and they do that independently, then you can work with them at a deeper level. So maybe you don't need an hour call, maybe a half an hour call is sufficient, because they're coming, they're prepared, they've gotten the education, so they're at a different level coming into the conversation, whether you're doing consulting or coaching.
All right. Good. And thank you so much. And in terms of creating the course, let's say, because I understand that you do this, you create the courses, but they are always in one platform. Are you using a specific platform, or is your client has a platform and you go there and you create?
Right.
How that works?
I like to meet people where they are. So if somebody's already invested into a particular platform, we'll work with them to look at how the course will fit into that platform or integrate with that platform. They all do a really good job, and some of it also depends on where are people at from a budgetary standpoint.
Right.
Do they want an all-in-one service? And I happen to be on a platform called New Zenler, which is an all-in-one. I can host my course and do all my marketing out of there. And the other two key players that people are more familiar with are Kajabi and Kartra. And that
Yeah.
allows you then to both promote the course, and then everything's all in one place. The other options are the two main ones that come up all the time are Thinkific and Teachable. And there you need to do an integration with your email marketing tool. So they're
There
and
are
their
plenty,
monthly. I'm sorry.
there are plenty of platforms,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, and those are more. I don't mean to leave anybody out, but those are the ones that come to mind. You can
Yeah,
also look at doing a WordPress plugin on if you have a WordPress site, and those can work very well too. They all do a great job. And it's just, different, it's like buying anything, right? You're attracted to buy different products for different reasons.
that's right. Yes, yes, it's true. Because I do run an agency as well on marketing, and on my agency I work with just one platform where I can get everything inside, and that is so helpful. Because
Hmm.
previously, in the past, I used to go to different places, or to run an email marketing, or to run a survey, or to run a course.
Yes.
Everything was in different places, and nowadays I'm working only with one, which is called Builderall. I don't know if you are
Oh,
familiar,
okay.
if you have
Yes, I've heard of that one. I have
and
one client that's been on Builderall.
yeah, that's right. And it's so much easy. I don't need to move to anywhere, just there. Um, I really like, and it's kind of, it's not that old like WordPress or any other words, other ones. I think they are on the market for the last 5 or 6 years or so.
Hmm.
So, but
Yep.
it's progressing, and it's really really good. I can advise everyone to check it out. Can you share some examples of like successful courses creations you work in the past and impact they had on the business?
Okay. Well, one program that I'm working on now that we're
Mhm.
building out is for a client who she is in the business of helping people establish a speaking practice. And she's been very successful doing a lot of one-on-one VIP days with clients. But not everybody is ready to invest in the VIP type of program. So in her building out an online course, she's able to serve people maybe that they're just getting started. They're trying to kind of find their way in the whole world of becoming a professional speaker. So for them to be able to do that course, they can get started, and then now as that group of people is getting more traction and more success, then they can level up their service and
Mm,
do more of the one-on-one work.
right.
And we also did some work last year on a project that was around diversity and inclusion. And there, the goal was to create something that would work, that could be licensed to a corporate market. And requests were coming in from different corporations that loved her book and then wanted to actually bring the content in house and do it in an online format. And this was still, when we were still working our way through the pandemic, and
Yes.
people are staying at home. And of course now we've got more of a hybrid workforce. And so with the hybrid workforce, if you can be positioned to have online content to sell into a corporation, anybody can access it, whether they're in an office or whether they're at home. So
Right. Yeah.
but the larger play I've seen with people hasn't been to try to create here I have an online course, I'm going to get it out into the world, and I'm going to make a bajillion dollars. The larger play has been to look at it and say, how does this build into my coaching? We'll look at the coaching and consulting practice first, and that's where you can sell somebody a higher ticket offer and say, as part of this, you get the online content. So it's
Right.
seen as a bonus, it's seen as a value add. And, and it's easier, probably to sell 5 packages at $10,000 than, whatever times 100 it would take to get to that same
Yes,
number, right?
totally.
And then on the speaking side, it becomes a great way to have something you can offer before and after a speech. So you don't just go in, deliver your keynote, and then you're done. But you've got something that you can use to lead up and something to follow on. Then there's also the opportunity then to build it into consulting services. So my perspective on where the real success and the real high profit part of this is, how do you use it to leverage getting more high ticket work? You have
Right.
an entree at the lower price point that makes it an easy yes for people to start to experience you, start to get to know you, and go, hey, I want to do more.
That's right. Yes, we at Womenflix, we have a strategy like similar, like you said, because we do have two courses, and you have two options. You either join the community where you're going to be able to participate or watch or do these two courses on a different package, or otherwise you can just go and buy the course. But on the end of the day, if you join the community, you get more because it's cheaper, and you
That's
get
good.
more stuff, more things. So you join a community and uh, you get the course available for yourself, or you just buy the course if you're interested. So there is two ways of getting them on a higher profile or higher profits, like for us as well, right? And why I was thinking while you were asking, explaining, how do you think is important? I know we've been talking about consulting and coaching services. Why is important, or it is important to have a course or running courses on the business right now? I believe it is right now. It's
I think it is. And I think what it does is it can be two things. It can be an entree into your services, as I was saying. It's an easy yes, depending on where people are. We've been, one of the trends has been, we put together an event, and it's a free event. We invite people to the event, and we're kind of in that, trying to grow that know, like, and trust factor. So at the
right.
end of an event, it's easy to move people into a lower ticket offer, which an online course is a great way to do that, because once you've built it, you can, you offer it, and all your work is done. So as people are consuming it, it's not requiring you to be with them uh, one on one, and it starts then to build that relationship. You can, and also then look at, if you're going to offer maybe a group program after you do your free event, you can, if you build the online course component into it, then when you get together with the group, you essentially show up and talk, which sounds a little bit silly, but then you're just bringing your expertise in the moment to help people. Okay, where are they, and what do they need to move forward? And I think that is an extremely effective. And I'm always looking at best use of time.
That's right. Yes, it's
And
important.
I think that's the big win to me in the online course space. It's best use of time.
Yes, because most of the courses are available for your own time. You don't need to be
Yes.
specifically like there from 10 to 2 or anytime. You just go when
Yes.
you want. And that's
Yes.
very practical and helpful. So you decide yourself. Soon you pay for the course, you will run your time, your day, how you wish, right?
Right. Exactly.
So,
So it's really, the idea that you can learn anytime, anywhere.
that's right. Yes. Great, great, great. And thank you, thank you, thank you. And how do you approach working with the business to understand their target audience, like when you planning to create that course?
Yes. Well, the first step is kind of look at what is it that they want to accomplish. What is the outcome when someone completes the course? What are they going to be able to do that they couldn't do before? What are they going to know that they didn't know before? And how are they going to feel? And I like to kind of start there and then look at, well, who do you serve and what's the problem that you're trying to solve? So the way that if it's a done for you service where I'm going to build the course for them, then we
Right.
spend time, reviewing all of their materials. We have a couple of meetings to kind of get a sense of, where are they, how dialed in are they to their target market? Most people, if they've been in business for a while, they've got that part nailed. But then we look at, well, how does that, how is the course going to impact that market? If it's a
Right.
done with you service, then I give them different tools that they can use to go through and make those decisions about who the program's going to be for.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And in terms of doing the course, sometimes I believe, right? Because some of the courses they can be only like without a person on the video, right? But what kind of courses do you normally are requested? Like, because some companies they are on the field, they know exactly what they need, but if they are if they need to be on the video, like someone needs to represent and be teaching the course, because sometimes it's just a voice, other times it's someone there. How
Yes.
how is it?
Well, I think one of the biggest challenges that I think we have is where people have been creating a lot of video. People have been doing a webinar, and then they record it, and
Right.
then they put an intro and an outro on it and say they have a course. And really, what they have is a recording disguised as an online course. The challenge is, on one level, that just seems, it makes really good sense, right? But when you step back and you think about it, if you're expecting someone to passively watch a 45-minute video that is mostly talking head or a lot of slides, uh, it's kind of flat. And if we think about how everybody now that's, I think, on the planet today has been consuming content on a screen, whether it's a TV screen, a movie screen, a computer screen, a tablet, an iPad, or an iPhone. And when we consume videos from an entertainment perspective, which is how we get a lot of our entertainment, there's a lot of action. There's a lot of scene changes. Things are happening in seconds. So we're used of a lot of action, a lot of movement. We're conditioned to it. Then we go into the training space, and there's not as much movement or change. I've been really trying to work with people on how can we efficiently create that type of an experience where there are more scene changes, because that's a level of interaction. And one way you can do that is by using tools like, whether it's Ecamm if you're on a Mac, or OBS if you're on a PC, which allows you to create a series of scenes. So when you're doing your program, you can switch back and forth by just pushing a button to go from being on camera to sharing a screen to showing a video to moving through slides. And it
Right.
creates a higher level of interest and more engagement. The
Right.
other challenge is if you try to just do a webinar recording, we tend to be chattier in a webinar. We may
Yeah.
go off on a tangent in a webinar. Uh, Ask me how I know. And so it's not very tight. So you're better off to do a recording in shorter segments, or plan your webinar as if you're doing an evergreen course, and say there's 10 different segments, and let's just say each segment is 5 minutes long. So you create a logical break then between the segments. So then when you go to package it as a course, it's easy to chop it up because you thought through to, well, how is this going to work in an evergreen format? So somebody can watch a 5-minute video and then do some kind of an exercise, watch the next video and do an exercise, so that they're engaged, they're doing something throughout the program rather than just watching someone, because you're not going to take, if you watch something for 45 minutes, you're not going to take it all in. You're probably going to remember 5 minutes worth of it. Just saying.
This is very helpful. It's really, really helpful, because I'm thinking here, oh yes, to do this kind of, because on that example you just gave, doing a webinar and then breaking down, like when you're recording, you don't record everything because it's overwhelming as well. Just 45 minutes recording something.
Yes.
It can be very tiring. And then breaking down and bring another like exercise just gave me an idea. I'm like, wow, I love it, because that will help me to create more in the future without that overwhelming feeling that, oh my god, I need to do this 30 minutes or 40 or 20 is a lot of time. So that's
It's a lot of time to record.
It is.
And if you want to try to repurpose content from a webinar, the trick is to plan ahead how it's going to be broken into those chunks. And you get to the end of let's say you get to the end of that first segment, you pause, smile at the camera, transition to the next segment. So then you've got space to cut. You're not worried about, like, wait a minute, she talked, I got to cut, where am I going to cut? Your editor will love you for it.
And at the beginning as well, right? We stay looking at the camera, smile, and then start.
Yeah.
Sometimes the problem is like starting without even giving a time before it, so we can cut if something goes wrong. But
those few seconds can make a huge difference.
Yes. This is really good tips. And thank you so much for sharing all this thing. Great stuff. This is amazing.
Oh, you're welcome.
No, you will. Thank you. Another question I have here for you: how do you ensure that the courses you create for the business, of course, for the client, are financially profitable for the specific business?
Well, it starts early in the process, doing some primary research into the target market and conducting interviews, focus groups, maybe doing surveys to find out what are they interested in, what do they feel they need, and kind of pitch the idea early to people, and when you're conceptualizing and see how people respond to it. What I have found is you may have a great idea, but perhaps it needs to be tweaked. Or maybe you had one thought, something you think like this is really important, everybody's going to love this, and they may go not so much, but what I really want to learn about is, and I've seen this happen a couple of times where in one instance, she works in the copyright area and wanted to put a course together about how do you protect your content from people stealing it. Well, we talked it through in a focus group. She happened to be in one of my programs, and so her target market was right there because they were all course creators. And they said, you know what, that's great, but we also want to find out, what do we need to do to make sure that we don't do something wrong and inadvertently use somebody else's material in a way that's inappropriate. So it was very insightful that she realized that first people want to learn how to do things correctly, and then the second part was how to protect my intellectual property. So she ended up really discovering that there were 2 programs that she could create that would have an impact on her market. So I like to do, just do some, and you don't have to take a lot of time. This does not have to be a 6-month study. You can take a couple of weeks and do some fact finding, and then you're sure that you're working your way into a program that is going to sell into your market. And there's nothing worse than spending a lot of time building something and then you get crickets.
Yes, time and money, not just time.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's really good, Nancy. And a bird told me that you created a book. Is that right?
Yes, I did.
Tell us
And here it
about
is.
it. Oh,
So
it's
the
your
book,
logo.
notice
Bundle.
the consistency here. My logo,
We,
I got to get it on the right side. So the book is
oh,
called Bundle Your Brilliance,
that's so
Turn Your
beautiful.
Expertise into Profitable Online Courses. And this is the methodology that I use when I work with all of my clients, whether it's in one-on-one
Mm,
work or in a group. And I've just taken 30 years of experience and I've distilled it down into a very practical, this is how we do it.
okay. This is how we do it. Ah, la, la, la.
I hope we don't get like just to make it, make it just step by step. And here's what you do to get from idea to implementation.
Wow. And
And
it's
it's
been
available on
released.
Amazon.
Ah, yes, it's been released. I was about to say to ask you, it's been released on Amazon. Okay, it's on
Yes.
Amazon. That's great. And and also it's been released this year, right?
Yes, just in January. So it's very new.
Uh,
It's not even a month old.
oh, bless you. Well done. Congratulations. I will make sure that I add this information about your book on the description of our podcast today on LinkedIn and YouTube, and then on platforms or
Wonderful.
podcast platforms. So anyone can find the book. And if you are interested and bundle your brilliance, start now, because through the book we can
Yes.
learn a lot, right? As you said,
Yes, you
everything.
can. And people are, I've gotten a lot of great 5-star reviews on Amazon, and people that I know that have bought it have been kind enough to, take a moment to tell me that how much they're enjoying it and finding it very useful. So
That's really
when I'm
good.
having a bad day, I look at those reviews.
It's good. It's always good to lift it up. Nancy, another thing that I would like you to tell to my listeners is how they can find you, or any on social media, and also if you have any free call, discovery call to about their business,
Yes.
any way that they can reach you.
Well, the best way to reach me is to go and just check my website, which is nancygiere.com. So for those of you that are watching, you can see my name on the screen. If you're listening, Giere is spelled Giere. And from there, I have a free gift called 8 Easy Steps to Create Training That Sells that you can download. And then we can stay in touch after that. And you can reach out to me. I'm happy to do discovery calls with people, and I can share my Calendly link if you like.
Fantastic. Yes.
And
And
so
on
that'll be
social
in
media,
the
you
notes.
are on.
Social media, just look for Nancy Giere. I'm on LinkedIn and Facebook primarily.
Yes, I've got all this
Not ready
information.
to venture into TikTok yet.
You're not there yet, right?
All the
But you
kids are doing it. I feel like I should, but it's yet another thing to learn.
yes, totally. It's, it's another level, but it is not
Yes.
something that you can't do it. You can, if you want, you will be. On the other, I was about to say is all this information about your social media and how to contact Nancy on website. Everything is on the description of the podcast, so you can
Wonderful.
always read and connect. I know,
Yes.
I know also that you are on Instagram. Yes, is everything there? I know that is your links
Yeah.
are on, because I did tag you on Instagram, so I found you. I just wrote Nancy Giere, and you were there.
There I
So
am. Yeah, you put my name in, you'll find me all kinds of places. I've got a YouTube channel as well. And
oh, good.
last year, around the holidays, I did a video series called The 12 Days of Bundled Brilliance. So there's a lot of great tips there that people can learn from. And one of
Good.
my plans is to really do more video this year, and I got to get on it. So
That's really good. But that's a way that you can use your videos, that 12 bundle or 12
Mhm.
sessions, and make them short and start a TikTok.
Yep,
That's
there we
it.
go.
It's all
I know
you
what I'll be
need.
doing this weekend.
to start to encourage the young people. Is a lot of
That's
young
right.
people there, so it
Yes.
is. So if they can reach you through the TikTok, it will be amazing because
You know,
we. This is a way that I think is going to benefit the millions or trillions of people on TikTok with your topic, creating videos, creating courses, because there's a lot of courses around the world nowadays. Everyone has a course,
everyone has a course, and they really
and
need
sometimes
to learn about design to
mm,
ensure that they're showing up in the best way possible.
I nowadays, in my opinion, I also can see that even when they don't care, like they don't really pay attention to that details, they can be successful because it's about who they are reaching.
Hmm.
Sometimes the
Yeah,
audience matters a lot.
and
Yeah.
and is it a, I'm thinking, in music, back in the day we would talk about a one-hit wonder. Is your
Yeah.
course a one-hit wonder and that you sold a lot of it, or is it really attracting more of a longer term growth strategy for you? And I think that's
Mm,
where some of the design comes into play around, did they buy it? Did they finish it? Did they love it? Or did they
mm,
buy it, not finish it, and walk away and move on to the next shiny object?
yeah. And they create another one from I don't know where.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the era we live in. I
Yeah.
think we come.
Everything was fast. Yeah.
That's reality nowadays.
You
But
blink and you
Nancy,
miss it.
I'm glad we are here. I'm glad that we presenting, talking about these things, and we are also living on the times, so we can be witness of better. I don't know if it's
Yes.
going to be better, but changes is always changing as well. This kind of industry, video, is improving so much, so much. I
Mhm.
believe, like in a couple of years from now, like maybe 5 to 10, it's going to be all about robots on the videos talking. We're not going to be there more anymore presenting our course. We're going to place someone there, artificial intelligence, and then we'll do
AI is coming for us.
we're not gonna need anything. We just write and she performs everything like
I know.
myself.
I just have to get a nice robot to help me out here, and I'll be good.
The other day, I'm so surprised. I need to share with this with you. I haven't shared with anyone actually. It was 2 days ago. I went on, I think it was YouTube, or for some reason, the advertisement was a program that was here on UK, on television, and was a robot, a lady, and she's talking with the presenters. And it's my first time I'm on a TV show. I was like, my eyes was just, huh? It was a beautiful
Wow.
wall. She's talking everything she knows. Like she's been on 68 countries presenting this new program, which is herself. And I'm like, whoa, where are we gonna go? Where are we
Wow.
gonna be in 10 years? I don't know.
Yeah, what's going to be next? It's amazing. I think about the way technology in my lifetime. Yeah, how things have just accelerated. So my daughter and I
Absolutely.
were talking the other day about, the first cell phone I had was the bag phone in the car, and it's like, you know, plugged it into the cigarette lighter. That's when cars had cigarette lighter. That was the power source. You know,
I'm
now,
from there as well. I remember that. I'm feeling very happy.
yeah,
And the
my
cassette.
kids can look it up. But now, I have my phone with me all the time. I mean, it, you know, it's become
It's
a
like,
computer that happens to let me take phone calls, right?
right, it is crazy. Yes. Nancy, thank you so much for being here today. And I would like to one more question to finish up,
Okay. All
which
right. The big finish.
it's not a question, it's just a request for you to give one tip that you would like to leave today here for the audience regarding creating courses and videos and etc. related with your business.
I think the final tip that I want to share is always begin with the end in mind. Think about the outcome that you want for your clients and have that help you then to focus on every component that you're going to build to take them on the journey from where they are to where you want them to be.
Love it. Thank you so much. That's my. I need that word that phrase that you wrote. That you just said. I love it, but I can't forget the beginning. Always start with the end in your mind,
Yes,
because that's my
exactly.
way. Yeah, that's really powerful. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you
Oh,
for
my pleasure.
these great tips and information about creating courses and so on. And I wish you all the best. And I will make sure I'm going to get your book as well onto the description of
Wonderful.
the podcast and see how it goes with anyone that is interested in contact you and so on. Once again, God bless you and take care.
Thank
I see
you.
you again for sure. I know I will see you again. Bye bye. Okay, so like Nancy said, keep your end. I'm turning the phrase, but remember to have your end always in your mind. Start with your end, in your mind. What a such an amazing podcast session today. I'm so grateful for having Nancy, and I'm grateful for you to be here as well. This is, like I mentioned at the beginning, season 14, and it's been a dream come true. And we are so grateful for your presence and for your contributions. And keep coming, keep watching us, and more topics, different people, different entrepreneurs from different countries are always welcome. If you are interested to join our podcast, make sure you send me a message or visit our website, womenflix.org, or get in touch with me either on LinkedIn or YouTube, wherever you find me, Yalabash, or at Womenflix. Pages on social media platforms. Find yourself and find me as well. So I will be happy to listen or to read about your business and yourself and see if you are that kind of entrepreneur that we wish to have on our podcast. You take care. God bless you all. Thank you so much. See you next week. Bye bye.